We've got a banger of a video today. It's going to be one, if you're struggling to sign clients, if you're struggling to book meetings, then this is certainly going to help you. And this is single-handedly sort of the most important part when running your agency. As you can see, put a quick sort of photo of you watching this video waiting to fail if you aren't utilizing this. So make sure you watch to the end of the video so you can gain the most amount of knowledge, gain the most amount of value, and sort of implement this to become, a successful agency owner. So we're going to get into this. I don't like talking too much in the intros because I just want to show you. But essentially what we've got in store for you today is the quantum proposition, defying rationality with an offer businesses can't refuse. Because at the end of the day, you can have, your service delivery, your appointment setting, your client acquisition in check. But if your offer isn't sort of utilized or created in the right sense, or in the right way, it's always going to be a struggle to actually sign clients. And it's probably why 95% of you aren't able to book meetings or sign clients. It doesn't matter what agency you're running, by the way. It doesn't matter if you're an AI chatbot agency or TikTok ads. It doesn't matter. It's all the same. And this is how you need to go about it. And how about sort of crafting your offer in a way that which businesses can't say no to. Like, that's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to be creating you an offer in this video where you can present it in front of your prospects and they're going to be like, yeah, I'll give you thousands. That's essentially what I want. So most agency owners start that journey from the wrong way around. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean that I'm going to zoom in and show you what I mean. So most of them start from the competitive analysis side. What they do is they literally just they look at what their competitors are doing or what their competitors are selling, and they just copy it. And if you think you can do that and run a successful agency, let me tell you something, my friend. You are in for a shock, and you are in for essentially just failure. That's not how it works. What you should be doing is you should understand cognitive psychology. You should examine how consumers process information, make decisions, and buy things. Then you need to go towards product market fit. Now, most of you shouldn't be selling what you want to sell. You should be selling what the market wants and what the market demands. But however, most of you, for some reason, want to provide a chatbot or want to provide, short form content or whatever you provide. You shouldn't be providing what you want. You should be providing what the market wants. And that's just a basic rule of thumb that you have to do. Because if there's not demand for your service, you won't be able to scale. Next is that resonance, the stimuli. And what I mean by stimuli is the script or the copy or the words within your offer. It should resonate with your niche. If there's no resonance, then it's going to be hard for you to scale once again, because you need an offer in which, when presented to your prospects, they feel like, yeah, I need that. And it goes back to agitation. If you don't know what agitation is, it's essentially a feeling of emotional appeal that your prospects get when presented with your offer. And it should make them feel that their current situation needs improving, if that makes sense. And then the last step is to look at competitive analysis and look at what your competitors are selling, their pricing model and everything. And then even then, we're not copying them. We're going to be extracting what's good about it and, extracting what's bad about it and sort of making it the best version of yourself and making it unique. So just me telling you this puts you way ahead of your competition, because most agencies just start with competitive analysis and that's all they do. They don't take the time to understand cognitive psychology, why people buy things. They don't understand resonance, product market fit. So if you can just understand this and do a bit of research on your niche, their problems, their pain points, and all that good stuff, you're going to be way further ahead. Now, I see so many agencies fail. I'm going to zoom out a bit. I see so many agencies fail because they don't understand this. And it's such an easy fix once you recognize it. So let's talk about gap selling. I talked about this in the last video where it was more of a sales driven video, but I sort of didn't mention this, and I want to sort of clear it up because I see a lot of agencies doing this and it's completely wrong. Like, I know smart people who run an agency and they fail because they do this. So your prospect's current situation, so your potential client's current situation, and then you've got their desired outcome. Most agencies, they sell the vehicle mechanism too much and that vehicle does not fully get them from point A to point B. And if you just stop halfway, or you only get them 3/4 of the way to their desired outcome, you will never run a successful agency. It has to be like this. You have to bridge the gap entirely from their current situation to the desired outcome. When offering a solution to a prospect, it is essential to understand the gap between their current situation and their desired outcome. The gap represents the distance between where the prospect is currently and where they would like to be. You will then reverse engineer that to then offer a solution. So you're finding out the original... Oh my God, the mic just... Okay, you're figuring out the your prospects or potential clients' original situation and where they want to be, and then we're reversing engineering your service to be a solution to that. So notice how we aren't just providing a chatbot to a random niche because we want to. No, we're figuring out and we're analyzing and we're actually thinking for ourselves, which means that we can arrive at a more accurate reality of what a good offer should look like. So understanding this will put you miles ahead of your appointment setting and sales, and just make it a lot easier. But once again, this all stems from knowing your niche extremely well. I made a more in-depth video on my channel. If you need help picking a niche, check that out after this video. Watch this video though. So yeah, the knowledge you have about your niche allows you to create an offer that speaks directly to your target audience, latent conditioned prospects, and just resonates with them and provides a solution to their specific problems. Luckily, all humans are wired in a specific way. So most business owners in whatever niche you're in, they want money, man. They want profits, revenue. So if you're providing a chatbot, play on the fact that their pain point is probably manually paying employees to manage customer support. Whereas a chatbot is a solution to that. But then you can't just, if you think providing a chatbot is enough to get your clients from here to here, you're mistaken. You need to up the value even more. You need to bridge this gap entirely. And that will allow you to charge more. So humans are wired to always want more because of their natural tendency to seek out and pursue rewarding experiences. This is rooted in our biological and psychological makeup, which drives us to seek out pleasure and avoid pain. On a psychological level, the desire for more is often linked to a sense of progress, growth, and fulfillment. Achieving goals, acquiring possessions, or experiencing new things can all provide a sense of satisfaction and accomplishment, which can be rewarding in of itself. So what we can do, right, is we can use these fundamental factors of the gap to create and craft an offer so strong that businesses cannot refuse, because it's getting them from point A to point B. And if you knew anything about my last video, you'd know that I talked about risk reversal, and risk reversal is essentially having a guarantee that stops your clients from losing anything, which is insanely powerful. But let's quickly talk about price to value discrepancy. If you want to charge more, then you need to ask yourself what justifies you charging that amount. Because I see way too many sort of agencies and they charge like 1 or 2K. And this is something I'm working on, so I'm not saying I'm perfect by any means. It's something that I struggle with, charging more, and it's something I'm including right now. So I thought I would just walk you along this sort of thing, that this mental framework and actionable task that I'm currently doing, so I can charge more and make more money. So let's say I say to you right now, I want you to charge $6,000 a month. You probably feel uncomfortable saying or like charging that, right? But what could you add to your service which makes it reasonable and makes it justifiable to charge that much? What can you add? What can you include to bump up the value to the point where 6K is like, that's a damn good deal? So that's an actual task. Like, think to yourself. So just like your offer, you probably feel slightly uncomfortable choosing your pricing model for your services. If you yourself don't believe that the price is worth it, why on earth should anyone else? And I talked about this in my last video, but sales being a transfer of energy, prospects can tell, like, that humans are very good at telling what the other humans are sort of, feeling, or their emotion wise. So if a prospect can tell that you're not confident in your service and you're confident that the price is worth it, they won't buy. And then remember the 5% rule. So you might be not familiar with this, but essentially in business, 5% of the market up here and 5% down here, and then you've got 90% in the middle. 90%, you can use your skills to get them to buy. but 5% up here are always going to buy your service no matter what, and 5% down here will never buy. No matter how cheap or how expensive you are, they'll just never buy. But the 5% up here are whales. So, 5% of people just go to, for example, I'll use a restaurant. They go to the restaurant and they just buy the most expensive thing on the menu because they can. So if you charge more, you're going to benefit from that. And I've been on a lot of like sales calls, and it is real. Like 5% will just buy, man. Like they literally just, it's weird. I cannot describe it, but it's like you say the price, and I'm like waiting for the objections, and they're like, cool, let's do it. Because like to them, $6,000 to you is a lot, maybe, I don't know, but 6,000 to some people is nothing. So as long as your niche can afford it, you'll be good. But you should bump up your prices. This is me telling you to increase your prices. Like, yeah, it doesn't matter what you charge. Like, you need to charge more, as long as the value outweighs the price. So the value needs to be heavier than the price, which is pretty simple for you to understand now. So yeah, think about what you can add. So this is a video in which I'm telling you to think about what you can add to your service to make it outweigh the price, to the point where the price is like, damn, that's a good deal, even if it's 6K. Because I'm going to use an example of like, so let's say I told you right now, I just bought a car for 70K, $70,000. I just bought a car. You'd think like, damn, that's quite a lot. But then once if I told you it was a Lamborghini, you'd probably be like, yeah, that's actually a pretty damn good deal. Because you understand that the value of a Lamborghini is much higher than the price. Therefore, it makes it a good deal, and the price to value discrepancy is there. And that's what you need to be doing. You need to be adding more and more things to your service to the point where you can charge more, but make it reasonable to charge more. So hopefully this video gave you something to think about. I highly recommend charging more for your pricing, and then obviously think about bridging this gap all the way and not just leaving it halfway like some people. Because I see like, I don't know, chatbot people, let's take Facebook ads, because that used to be like a trending thing. People are like, oh, I run a Facebook ads agency. Like, that's not enough. You can't just run Facebook ads and expect to bridge the gap entirely. And if you leave it like halfway or 3/4 of the way, you're not going to succeed in this game, because there will be people that are willing to increase more and more and more to the point where they do bridge this gap entirely, and they'll be the ones that win. And then also think about this. So the going in this order, from cognitive psychology to product market fit to resonance to agitation to competitive analysis, instead of just going from competitive analysis, which is what most people do. So that is essentially the quantum proposition, defying rationality with an offer businesses can't resist and sort of outweighing the value to the price. Hopefully this helped. Like, comment and subscribe. And if you want more like one-to-one coaching, or let's say you're struggling to sign clients, book a free call in the description. Full transparency, it is to buy the program, so don't really book it if you're not serious or you don't need help, if that makes sense. But yeah, apart from that, have a wonderful day and check out my other videos if you need more sort of free source. Yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day.